Folks, in today's video, we're going to show you how to train your Rottweiler or Rottweiler puppy like a pro. This here's Mr. Rocky. He's about an 8-month-old Rottweiler. Came to us from Europe, Serbia specifically. He's a stud. He's been in our program barely like a week and change, and we're just going to show you where he's at and show you some skills along the way. First thing we're teaching him how to do is to get on this table, but he doesn't have any ups. But that boy does have food drive, as you can see. So we're going to reward that effort. But first, we just kind of want to show you what it looks like him trying to get on, and then we'll help him out. But he try as he might. The best he can do is kind of dangle there. He'll try. Look at him go. A for effort. He is going to hurt himself, so we can help him. But we're going to actually help him a smarter way, and that's using the place board. Let's see if that helps him get up. He just needs a couple more inches. There you go. So once he learns that he can jump, he should be able to do the final jump on his own. We'll try that a couple more times, and we'll move on to some other stuff. He's already ready to go. Let's go, my friend. Up, up. You can do it. You want a little run and start? Come on. Oh, I don't think he's that coordinated at 8 months. Look at him go. We could probably use a taller place board and or a shorter table. We'll try one more time. Hold on, my friend. Are you ready? Show me the speed. Up, up. Come on, Bubba. You can do it. All right, good job, buddy. One of the things we love about Rottweilers, they're little food monsters. So we're gonna use food lures to teach him just about everything we want. We're talking about sits, downs, on and off a table, on and off a place board, in and out of heel position. So that's the first thing we're gonna show you. We call it, in our proprietary training method, building a totem pole. The base layer of that totem pole right now is just gonna be food lures. Notice, I'm not telling him anything. The food is putting his nose right where I want him, which puts him into the positions that I want. Whether it's a down, a sit, we're gonna look for a stand right here. Almost there. Yes, it's there. We can again use the food. I don't have to tell him to come off the table. The food will tell him right where I want him to go. And in this case, off the table, onto a place board, and now we're gonna move him right into a heel position. Practice this at least a couple times a day. 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you can teach your Rottweiler, regardless of age, all the positions that you want. They get habitualized to coming into those positions, then they learn how to follow your hand to do things, whether it's jumping on a table, coming into heel position. Then all you gotta do, yes, is fade out that hand command and insert a voice command. Because I know many of you are like, oh, that's all fancy and stuff, but I want my dog to listen to me. So how do we do that? Once you get those food lures looking beautiful, then all you gotta do is name it. But first we check. Don't name it till you love it. Let's just see if we love it. Does he go on real pretty? I would say yes. Does he come on from different directions? Let's find out. Yes, he does. Once that's looking pretty enough, which I'd argue this is pretty, now we just throw a name in front of it. You can name it whatever you want. In this case, we'll name it place. So we'll free him up. All you have to do, and this is where so many people get it wrong. I've seen professional trainers get this wrong. Don't do anything at the same time. Always separate it by a little half second, maybe a quarter second, maybe a full second. What does that look like? Place, then help them on. So say it, then help. Place, then help. Free them up. Place, and on we go. And that time we stacked it on the rhythm. The trick there is to name it, then help with the hand command or food lure, which is the base layers of the totem pole. This is where most positive-only trainers will stop and fail you. I'm just here to shoot you straight. Uncle Garrett speaking to you from the heart. We cannot always rely on food lures, hand commands, or our voice to get a big, tough dog like Mr. Rocky here to listen to us with 100% reliability. Because one day, you're not gonna have food on you. One day, there's gonna be something out there that's more desirable than any food you may or may not have on you. I don't care how high value of a treat you have, your dog's gonna ignore you. And when that happens, this is when we rely upon tools like the leash or the e-collar to reinforce what the rules are. So once again, to recap, we will use the food to teach him what we want, and we will reward him. We will teach him with a verbal place, what it means to go on place. But then we have to underscore all of that with the other side of training that's just as important as the positive only training or the positive reinforcement training, and that is tools, baby. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna double hook him to a martingale collar, which is right here, a prong collar. We're gonna double hook so it's not quite as bitey. One day he will require the full power of the prong collar. Why? It's gonna be 100+ pounds, and I want my daughter or anybody to be able to walk him. And now what we do though, it's not a hammer. He's not in trouble. He's not gonna get punished. We're simply gonna just show him through the use of the thing he already loves, through things he already knows how to do, what the pressure is, and more importantly, how to turn it off. How do we do that? Just a touch of leash pressure, followed up with the thing that he loves. So ready, pressure, yes, and we pay. Pressure, yes, he gets paid. You didn't have to say the word pressure, I'm just highlighting that we're putting a little pressure on with the leash. And if you ask him like, hey bro, do you mind if I put a little pressure on you with the leash? I'm pretty sure Mr. Rocky, who's loving life right now, will be like, can you please give me more pressure? Because every time you add pressure, it gets followed up with payment. So he's learning to love it. He's learning to not only understand the leash pressure and what it means, but how to turn it off, respect it, love it, because when the day comes that there's a knock at the door and he goes charging at the front door doing what Rottweilers love to do, put on a big show, and I tell him, hey bro, place. And he'd be like, I'll be with you in a minute, Garrett. I gotta kill the mailman. I'm gonna say, hey man, don't kill the mailman right now. I actually need you to place. And if he refuses to listen, we have the leash and we make him listen. That's the purpose of the leash. But when we go to apply said leash pressure, it's not gonna be foreign to him. It's not gonna be scary to him. He's gonna say, bro, I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what you're asking me to do. There's no confusion, whether it's a sit, whether it's a down, whether it's a place, he knows what it is. Now, I don't think we have the down leash pressure quite where we want it, and this is my point. So it's a perfect opportunity to showcase what it looks like, because you'd be like, Garrett, I get it. You just put a leash on and you just pull them where you want. No, that's not how it works. Dogs do not respond to leash pressure. It's something called opposition reflex that we have to break through. So if I try to pull him to the floor, he's like, no, bro, I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? We have to incentivize them. So this is how we teach it. So if he won't use leash pressure to go to the floor, what we do is we put a little leash pressure towards the floor, and he goes, I don't know what that is. I don't like it. It's kind of weird. I don't want to do it. Now we incentivize with the food. So what does that look like? First, let me get him in a good position. We'll give him a payment for that. So we're going to tap to the floor, then help him to the floor. When he goes to the floor, we mark yes, and then we release. That's how he learns, and we'll try to do a few more reps. He might get it here in a minute. So we tap, he goes, he gets paid. That time I combined leash pressure with food, which is a technique we teach inside of our leashed course. Once again, yep, there you go. Now he's learning, if I follow the leash pressure to the floor, help him with a hand, yes, we pay, and so on and so forth until that becomes reliable, so that when you're out in public or you take him to a restaurant and you tell him down, but he goes, why should I down? The waitress is bringing French fries. We can say, with the leash, you must down, because the leash is the only tool compared to your voice, between the voice and the leash, which one is guaranteed to get him to go to place? Which is guaranteed to get him to go into a down? The leash all day. Next up, let's talk about the e-collar. But before we do the e-collar, let's work a little bit in this tool right here. Tools help. In this case, a healer's box helps keep him nice and isolated so he can get really pretty sits and downs, or in this case, he wants to work heels, so we'll do that. So we'll work heels as he's showing me that's what he wants to work. So we throw a free out. I'm actually gonna take the leash off for this one. Yeah, Garrett, I don't wanna have to rely on the leash when I'm out at a restaurant or when I got a knock at the door. I said, baby, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why we're gonna move to the digital leash, the e-collar. And we're gonna show you, we're gonna charge up just one example, free, of how you can use the e-collar to teach him to recall, or to come into heel position, or to sit, or to down. You can, and you even should, overlay the e-collar on every command that you want your dog to not only do, but do with reliability, because that is the name of the game, folks, with our balance training free. Balance training brings you a reliable dog, which is all we could ever ask for, because we always say everybody can teach their dog to sit in the kitchen for a treat. I want to know if they will sit out in public when there's a big distraction present, and that's what we're going to work on with him, whether it's a recall, etc. In this case, we're going to work recall. So when you hear that beep sound, that's him actually receiving e-collar stim, and when he receives it, we're overlaying it on get to me, be with me, come into heel. Also overlaying it on, it's okay, it's fun, go out and chase things, have a good time. And what I want you to notice is that it's not gonna shut him down, he's not gonna freak out, he's just gonna enjoy the rhythm of the training. He enjoys getting paid, he enjoys getting stimmed even, is what we're trying to express to you. Free. Here we go. Perfect. Really, really low baby levels for him. So low that he can barely feel it. And we're just teaching him, which he doesn't know yet. But when you feel that stim, you're not in trouble. I'm not mad at you. Keep wagging your tail, keep coming into heel position, and keep getting paid. In other words, no folks, the e-collar is not just a hammer that crushes and suppresses your dog and lets them know how bad they are. On the other hand, when you teach it right, the way we show you inside of our courses, what we do in our videos, we show you how to overlay it with something fun. In this case, coming back, hanging with me so that we can have that beautiful recall. And you say, Garrett, I haven't heard you recall him yet. It's exactly my point. We're putting it in a foundation foundational level, it's always a good time to come back to me. When you feel e-collar, you're not in trouble. It just means come back to me in this context. This time, because we're loving it so much, we can name it Rocky, here. Beautiful. And that's the name of the game, folks. If you want to learn more about how to train your dog or puppy to be the best that they can be, whether it's a Rottweiler or any other dog, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to check out our online suite of courses available at DIYcanine.com, where Mr. Rocky is going to be one of the hundreds of breeds and dogs that are presented in our courses, so that we can show you, no matter where you are in the world, how to train your dog to be the best that they can be. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in a future video. Here!